Well, it is 4 tens.
Okay. 4 tens? That's gonna be
Oh, after the gobble dice.
after the gobble dice. Okay. Okay. Tell you what, I'm gonna. So that's gonna give you 2 questions of just max mind correlating all of the photographic memory. 2 questions, and so long as you have even the tangential information, this is just you going full galaxy brained, making inferences, Sherlock moment. 2 questions, I will answer them to the best of the ability with the information you guys have.
Again, with asking questions.
Okay, so this is a joke, but maybe a joke. For the first question, I'm going to ask what the best possible second question is.
Oh my god. So I think that, well, we have to find out who exactly. Well, there's not going to be one person doing this, right? I guess. Well, okay. This is not a question for like as part of that. But I do have a question. Is there someone who's like generally in charge of this area, or is this like still like a kind of a turf war between the corner store coalition and the admin?
So the corner store coalition is more about like a union thing. There's like union reps, but they're not truly like in charge leaders. They just generally run it up a centralized chain if they need to. But the corner store coalition places more of an emphasis on like the ground level storefront area. Like a union rep will come in, but they're supporting the storefront owner, not the other way around.
Okay, I guess my question would be, who would? Well, I guess I'll leave it up to it. I would ask who would gain from Pillar 5 collapsing.
No one.
I'm good with that question. I mean, I don't know if I have the say to do that. I guess these are Leo's questions.
Yeah, it's X. So the very simple answer is, from the pillar actually collapsing, no one. But as you think back on it, you think of the fact that admin is compromised. Hummingbird got some weird answers.
Hummingbird?
Sorry. Magpie got weird readings when they sent their birds out. I swear to God, it's because I see your name and I read Magpie / Hummingbird and it gets me. And the fact that Newsflash's ability can read from newspapers that technically don't exist. If someone knows how her power works and you realize they're not benefiting from Pillar 5 collapsing, it's the idea of Pillar 5 collapsing. It's a convenient excuse, if fabricated, to end the polychrome operation.
So someone doesn't want the polychrome to be distributed.
Either that or that was never really the point to begin with.
Sam, are you telling me that the game was rigged from the start?
Dear God. Okay, so.
I mean, could we ask what the end goal then could be? Do you think that could be a good question? Because if we figure out
can we just ask what is the end goal?
That is a valid question if you want to ask it.
I feel like if we figure out the end goal, we can put together a lot more pieces of how to get to the end goal from what we
we're
have,
smart.
or how they're planning on
Is that the
doing it.
question you would like to ask?
It's the question I would like to ask. What is the end goal of...
All right. You look at the timeline you've constructed. An admin fuck-up, perhaps, leads to a border war between the Greasers and the Mallrats. A week later, the polychrome operation happens. You look at one of the papers the lawyer had. A peace deal between the Greasers and Mallrats over Polychrome. That was the end.
So the end goal is the peace deal.
Inspired by greed, but yeah.
So, is it really that bad of a thing?
I mean, but okay, so
It seems very counterintuitive, right? Because
an admin fuck up.
the polychrome that we're getting is
So,
like that whole part is fabricated, right? It's also the source of the issue because nobody was mining polychrome out of the pillars before
Tell
this
you what.
thing started.
Hex has 10 mind. I'm going to give them a little bit extra because they should be able to infer this.
You don't have to. You force us to be idiots if you want.
If it is an admin fuck up, then what
Then
happens?
admin loses power and everyone gets better. Except for us.
It means admin would be aware of the situation, yes. The pillar collapsing, or the idea of it, might be to get you guys in here to stop it. Makes admin look like they prevented a disaster while perhaps fixing one of their fuck-ups.
So this whole thing is like a false flag?
Perhaps.
It's coming
Like
from
a
inside the
triple,
house.
a triple false flag. Pain in my ass. Okay.
It was coming from inside the house.
So admin fucked up and started a war between the Greasers and the Mallrats.
Hey, can you
And a
send
week
a
later-
magpie to the garage and get some information back from when the actual mess up happened to see if we can scour for what caused it? Get confirmation that it was an admin mess up.
I will do that, Sam.
Alright. It heads on out. And you see an auto turret just fucking light it up with anti-air fire.
You know what? I should have expected that.
You see a 50 caliber bullet just eviscerate this poor bird.
Right.
It explodes. It's on fire. It had a family.
No,
The bird doesn't even have stats. It just fucking disintegrates. Didn't even have stats, Sam.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
Is this
that's
all just?
tomorrow.
Does that mean it's all just admin?
Always has been.
Is that?
And if it is admin, is the way to foil their plan is to just
Let it happen.
let it happen?
I mean, that's
We
not
let
a...
the pillar fall?
No, we absolutely don't. I don't really care what their plan is.
Right.
We're not just letting a pillar fall and destroying...
But it might not actually be falling is the thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we can't tell if it's going to fall or not until it falls or not. And I don't want to take that risk of we think it's all chill and then we wake up and everyone's fucking dead and also our careers are ruined.
Tell you what, Seth, you have a lurker background. This is like the one time that's gonna come in this fucking campaign.
Yeah.
In like a skill check wise.
Okay.
Roll with one bonus dice because of like lurker background. Roll a research check for me.
Where are my dice? Give me a second.
Lol, forgot to bring dice to the dice game.
Hex would be the only one able to assist on this roll, unfortunately. If Hex would like to do that.
So research, that is based off mind. Is that something I can get help with?
I was just saying, Hex is the only one here able to help you. If you would like to take time, you can do that, but this is on a higher time interval than rounds, so it would be potentially an hour for taking your time.
Hex just pulls out a keyboard and gives it to you. I have some stuff I skimmed off some of the lurkers, like info if you want.
Okay, so without taking time, I only have 4 dice. I think I should probably take 1 time to make that 5 dice, because that is a pretty big improvement.
Okay.
Does everyone agree with this?
Yeah. Well, does that include me helping you out?
While that is
does.
happening, can I
Wait,
do some
Yes.
scans? I know I can't actually go into the garage, but can I like look back in the past for the garage, like to around when we think all of this shit may have started?
Yeah, you can create a magpie that just is already set to that time. It won't be able to fly over.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool. You got that magpie with you.
I mean,
That
I'm
is-
gonna I like sit it like not
That's 2 6s.
but like above.
I'd say so, Jay. Okay, so, Seth, using just the knowledge you have acquired, observing the lurkers working on structures, plus a few diagrams you were able to grab from Hex's compendium of information, you realize that what the lawyer and Big Red Button were saying is true. That pillar's not going to collapse from the amount taken out of it. In fact, it's barely going to register. However, what would collapse it is unregulated mining going on for months.
Sure.
So
it collapsing in like 5 days doesn't make any sense.
it does not, which means that is absolutely fake. It would collapse if the Greasers and Mallrats hit it with their best tech for an extended period of time, which is where your part in this all suddenly comes into focus. Basically, you guys were meant to come in and stop the harvesting. The peace deal is negotiated already. The fighting is already stopped. You let them make a little bit of money, and then an audit group comes in and plays bad cop. Audit groups don't even reflect that poorly on admin, because you're all composed of various groups. Hell, you have a Mallrat and Greaser in this group. Of course they're going to take the news better from one of their own.
So it's basically just to make us the patsies, or
Basically just tell them to stop doing the thing they want to do in a way that they're more likely to accept. It also might potentially reflect poorly on the Corner Store Coalition, because Brisket was the one who started everything up.
so then we just have to find the right people to tell, and then we can. So we just need to find the right people to tell, and we can.
Well, then the question is, who hired people to grab us on the way back?
Yeah, Corner Store Coalition, probably, because they don't want us to reflect badly on them.
Yeah, now the real question is, what the hell do we do with this information?
I think that we gotta do our job, and
I mean, on one hand, yeah, like as much as I don't like playing into their hand, I think it is the right thing to do to, stop the whole thing.
concern it.
On the other hand,
On the other hand,
I don't like being played.
well,
That's the thing about working for admin is,
That's
You're
why I
always
work
being
with
played.
admin, not for admin.
in this scenario, I suppose we are working for him.
Hey, Seth? Bucket's gonna pass Caesar a blunt, and he's gonna go, well, if you don't like being played by him, we could always try playing them in return.
I was thinking this would be,
All
this
right,
would
what
be
you
pretty
think?
damning to get out, right?
I
Think we
don't
can-
know if I feel comfortable playing admin. They're my gang.
Yeah.
They are your gang, and they felt comfortable playing you. Turnabout's fair play. If this is a PR operation, then, I mean, hell, the corner store owns a bunch of newspapers. If you can get any proof, you can sell this story to them. Probably, probably negotiate for whistleblower protection.
But what's the point of doing that? I mean, what's the point
Well,
of
you get brownie
of
points with this
being a
CSC,
whistleblower?
probably a shit ton of money, honestly. And
Yeah,
you
and
fuck over the people who are
somebody-
playing you.
and somebody else plays us, and somebody else either mines the polychrome or doesn't, and
Well, I
And then not only that, like, that could potentially even just start a war on its own, right? Imagine
maybe, but there's
you're a
always ways
greaser.
there's always ways to play it.
I'm not. I can't side against as admin.
Well,
I
hold
understand.
on. Maybe I'm just going crazy, but we were just all fuck admin like 3 hours ago.
No, that
Let's
was
change.
lawyers. That was lawyers and CSC.
I think what's changed here is we're kind of dealing with a lot of, sure, fuck admin, but in the end, if something happens, you don't want to start big fights between admin and a lot of the other things, right?
Also, no, don't fuck admin.
Well,
Fuck admin a little bit.
Magpie, you hear Bucket just whisper simp.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I've already
don't-
forgotten what I've said. He takes it
Don't
back.
engage.
well, shoot. I think I'm with Bucket on this one. If they've been playing us this entire time, I think it's high time that we play back. Let them know that they can't get away with this.
Skeeter is handed a blunt.
Oh, wait, okay. Stop. Let's take a.
Stop smoking blunts.
No, you're fine with the blunts. Wait, actually, is there a fire? I'm gonna look up on red. Is there a fire alarm in here?
So there's actually a plague mask on top of the fire alarm right now.
No. How does admin make a mistake? We're Morats, sure. We have a pretty good idea and pretty like. It's a good It's probably good that admin doesn't know where our tunnels are, right? But
Yeah.
if admin really wanted to find out, I'm certain they could.
True.
In the end,
Yeah, 100%. We have literal clairvoyance.
so how does a mistake like that actually happen? What?
It might
be
not
able
have
to
been a
get.
mistake in the first place. They could have just been doing this whole thing to make themselves look good. I imagine
you
this
notice
will
that-
be past another one.
Yeah, you do get past a blunt. You do notice none of the guys you've questioned have been blaming admin. They've all been blaming each other.
Does is this
As
just like
far
a?
as we know, also, this is not an all admin operation, right? This is a partial operation.
I
So-
would like to be a little more certain that this was based off an admin mess up, because there are a few things that fall apart if it isn't here.
That is very
So
true.
it is best to double check.
You do know there is some admin involvement with the scheme because
Yes.
We
I
know
know
we
there's-
got
Brisket's
One at the very least.
At least one. Because they have info on how Newsflash's power works, which is... That should be setting off alarms with Magpie, because no one fucking knows Newsflash. No one talks to Newsflash.
I'm the only person that knows Newsflash.
Correct.
You hiding something from us, Magpie?
Magpie did it. Out of game. That was out of game.
Magpie pulls out a gun and shoots Caesar in the head, and Caesar dies.
Can you do that? I have heavy armor.
This is my betrayal arc.
Clowns do have betrayal-based powers. Anyway, and also someone was able to really fuck up Brisket's records to the point where you couldn't look up anything on him. That requires a pretty high-level admin, or at least an admin with very specific permissions.
It's. I don't think it's an admin operation. I think it's a person in admin Listen, if it is an all admin operation, I will eat crow and do what I can to, I don't know, try and fix this mess. But
how about...
I think it's more complicated than just that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Can we figure out... Would we happen to be able to find out who... It wasn't just, general admin in charge of the, giving the information to the greasers about where they could dig, right? So could we figure out where that information came from? I think that we might have to do some digging in admin, though. I think it's just a lot of paperwork.
I've got an idea. I would like to ask if a member of admin hired Rusty.
It might not be within range.
I'm rolling now to see if he is within range. Okay. So the coin's gonna flip. It's gonna land on no.
I'm gonna ask if a member of Corner Store Coalition hired Rusty.
It's gonna come up no.
I'm just gonna go through all the gangs.
All of them come up no.
Okay.
So Rusty started it?
It means Rusty was not hired, which means also Brisket did not go to Rusty. So potentially that is a very logical conclusion to come to.
He was a Black Thumb, which means
He's been with them all for a while, yeah.
So are Black Thumbs specifically the ones who helped create the initial structure of the mall, or? So
Black Thumbs were one of the big original mall gangs. A lot of the greasers are raiders from the high road that have been picked up on the trail. So the Burnouts, the High Rollers, the Couriers, those are guys that the mall made really lucrative contracts with and slowly integrated into the gang. That's why the greasers are as big as they are. They're like 12 gangs in a trench coat. It's also why there's so much infighting. But
yeah, that makes sense.
The Black Thumbs, they're like the mall's own. They have admin holds them in special regard almost.
Okay. So we got Rusty. He wasn't hired by anyone. Can you ask if Rusty hired Brisket?
Sure, I can ask that question. I think the answer is no.
The answer is yes.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay, can you ask if Rusty hired Brisket to drive cars for the Polychrome operation?
I'm gonna ask.
For that specific wording? No.
Yeah, probably wasn't driving cars, right? What did he do? He got people... Maybe he was like the middleman, got other people together? What do you call that?
The middleman?
Let's see, how do we identify who hired Button?
So you're just going down your list of known names?
Yeah, gonna start with Rusty, then go to Brisket.
Brisket hired. Big red button.
Okay.
If we're going down that chain, so Rusty hired Brisket. Brisket hired everybody else.
What could Rusty have hired Brisket for?
Wait, is this?
Fucking
You think this is a? You think this is a personal grudge gone wrong?
Pansexual.
Like maybe Rusty was part of the initial like war, and like got fed up with admin, so started this entire operation to try and make him look bad.
Well, Admin looks good from this, so probably not.
Well, not if we have anything to say about it, right?
That's going on the only way you would make things look bad is if you either royally fucked up, which audit groups usually don't, not in like serious ways, or if you found out. And it definitely seems like they did everything in their power to stop you from finding out.
Yeah. Also, Rusty wasn't that earlier. Rusty Fenty.
I'm going to ask if Rusty is a greaser.
No.
Is Rusty a member of Admin?
Yes.
Aha! I made a connection.
Yeah, that's a good connection. I was thinking that.
Okay, so then the opposite. And that just kind of leads back to. She kind of just leans back again. Admin doing all this because they fucked up. Because they fucked up with a schematic. Would Hex have been able to skim like where the greases began digging like from anything? Like I imagine they had some sort of paperwork for that, right?
Was
Could
it
you find
Magpie?
that?
Was it Magpie or Caesar who has security clearance on their sheet?
I have security clearance on my sheet.
I do not.
Okay. So, putting in your security credentials into little Hex's computer, you're able to pull up schematics for the garage.
I am?
Yes.
Oh!
Yeah,
Let's take a look at those. Yeah, I have security clearance.
So, what's going to happen is you're going to realize something very obvious. You pull it up, there's 8 different versions of the schematic. 2 of them have almost identical names. There's one from a year ago, and there's one that's the current version before the expansion. It looks like they started with the outdated schematic with a very similar name and then built out. Whereas if they had started with the more recent version, they would have seen the Mallrat Tunnel.
I see. So that would imply a mess up rather than intentionally having done this?
A very, very easy
Stupid.
to make, very stupid
Yeah.
screw up, yeah. Just someone sent the wrong schematic. And since it requires a security clearance to check, no one outside of admin was able to verify.
Interesting.
Sam, as a member of admin, what would happen if this was reported to higher ups that were not involved in the scheming?
Well, that depends. How high do you think the scheming goes?
Like, okay, so if we're just assuming that this is like a one or couple person plan, like, would this reflect poorly on Rusty if it came to light, or would it make Rusty look out to be a better admin member?
So normally admin frowns upon, extrajudicial use of admin resources. But by the same token, you don't actually have that much on Rusty that's concrete outside of inferences. You have him. You don't even have his real name. honestly.
But like, we would have to like pull him. But like, if we were able to like, actually indict him on this,
admin, at the end of the day, they're one of the few factions that don't give a shit. Like, in like actual day-to-day function, while they care about their reputation, the law comes first. If Rusty has broken a law, even if it makes them look terrible, they'll come down on them as hard as they're supposed to.
I respect that.
It's respectable.
we just have to show that Rusty broke the law.
All right. I would like to ask if Rusty is the one who sent the wrong file.
No. This only requires a basic security clearance. Based on your time with the lurkers, this was just a clerk. This is like
Okay.
someone 2-bit fucked up. This is not like a grand conspiracy. And like this isn't like let's be fair here. This is not an all-out war between the factions. These are 2 local chapters. These are
Yeah.
just
So my thought with that was if Rusty is the one who sent that, he could be trying to cover up his screw up rather than him trying to do some grand scheme.
yeah.
But
No,
then-
this is not his fault.
Okay.
So Rusty's covering? Is that all this is? Is just one big cover?
Actually.
Potentially, but why would Rusty want to cover it? Okay. A turf war between the greasers and the Mallrats based off of, a fucking misnamed file. Looks pretty bad, sure. But once again, they weren't exactly blaming admin either, right? Even initially, no one would have came to admin and said, "Hey, how could this have happened in the first place?"
Well,
Hey, Sam,
there.
out of
what's up?
game,
Yeah,
have you watched Glass Onion?
I have not.
No, I have not watched it.
I've heard it's good. I've also heard Ben Shapiro thought it was bad, so that makes me think it's even better.
Ben Sapir Wharf
Ben
hypothesis.
Shapiro.
I messed his name up, but he doesn't deserve me correcting myself.
He doesn't deserve you.
He doesn't deserve you.
He doesn't.
Why do you miss David?
What was that,
Did
Sam?
I accidentally steal a plot from a show that didn't exist when I wrote this?
I just think that I think you should watch it. I think you're gonna be entertained.
Okay. Oh, I don't like the phrasing of that. But here's the lowdown. From an outsider's perspective, looking in on this, all they would see is someone from Corner Store Coalition started harvesting a piece of infrastructure they weren't supposed to. It was going to lead to a great disaster, and then an admin audit group came in and stopped it. That is all the public would see if you had just, followed it through. If you had,
Like,
signed the lawyer's paper, basically.
which, technically we can still follow it through.
Yeah, all you would have to do is, wait 16 hours and say, yeah, sorry, the report just got lost in the memo. We totally avow everything being said here.
You know how it is with Mondays.
Mondays, huh?
It's a Thursday.
But okay, so Rusty cares about admin. Would he go that far just to try and keep that fuck up quiet?
It may not even be about covering up. It may be about framing the Corner Store Coalition, because they are admin's main rival.
That is true. That is true. But why wouldn't Brisket just say, "Hey, this person, Rusty, who, wait, is it good knowledge that or public knowledge, I guess, that Rusty is a
No, it's not public
I
knowledge. We had to-
believe that Rusty was referred to by multiple people as a greaser, which is why we
Yeah.
had just assumed up until I came up with the question that he was a greaser.
Correct.
Correct.
Everyone so far has called and treated Rusty as a greaser, which tracks because admin does recruit from the gangs.
Yeah.
Rusty is very well trained as a
I mean-
greaser, so
I am trained as a clown.
exactly.
Mm.
So okay, I'm gonna be honest, out of character. Magpie's perspective is to side with admin here and
Mhm.
make admin look better.
So let me just clarify the consequences because in character you would know. If we go with admin, we follow Magpie. We go up to the lawyer and just go, okay, we figured it out. We support everything you're doing. They would set up a fall guy. Corner store would get framed. Greasers and Mallrats are at peace. You guys get a bunch of points with admin. Everything wraps up.
Really like a positive outcome for society.
Yeah, and if you side with the bucket, you would basically be going to sell out the story to the Corner Store Coalition. The Corner Store Coalition you'd get massive rep with them. You'd probably get a shit ton of money if I'm being honest. And they would basically go and stop the polychrome harvesting going, that wasn't us, see, we have proof that wasn't us. We swear.
I mean, Magpie wants to stop the polychrome harvesting.
The Corner Store Coalition would stop it once you bring this story to them.
Yes.
I would
Admin would
like
also stop it.
I would like to ask the coin if, in the scenario with the polychrome harvesting, has Rusty broken a law?
Has Rusty broken a law? Yes.
Okay. Because
I mean, wait, hold
I
on.
am fine with admin looking good. I don't want Rusty to look good because I don't like getting played, and I would like him to be
Yeah,
the one
that's
getting played.
honestly, yeah. So I'll respond to that in character, but Magpie will say like, "Listen, I'm not going to side against admin. I work for admin. They are my family. They are my home. They are the only. I mean, listen, y'all are sweet and all, but you understand.
It's okay. You did the collateral thing. I understand.
But I don't like getting played and tricked and used as a setup for someone's joke. And that's how I'm feeling right now. And I don't want Rusty to get away with. I don't want admin to act like Party City.
Do you think that we could bring up what we found to the higher ups in admin, and they'll?
I don't know
Yeah.
that we have anything concrete to bring up at this point. We got a lot of inferences, but I don't know.
We have to.
Solid outside the coin, and that doesn't satisfy y'all's rule of three. I say y'all's while I'm looking at Magpie.
Well, do we know if any like extra evidence we find after the 24 hours can still be submitted as a separate case? Because we can say that, Rusty broke the law in this way that is, I guess, still related, but it is not technically the same case.
So to do that, you would need lawyer support, and
Ah.
those are either owned by admin or the Corner Store Coalition. And
I
you
think-
don't,
I
you
think-
don't really have enough money to do that on your own.
Do we think we have it? Would it be reasonable to imagine that we have enough evidence to keep the case open for a little bit longer?
Potentially, you would have to argue it in court with a lawyer.
Sure.
Not you guys wouldn't need a lawyer. You can represent yourselves in this case.
Yeah.
But you would be going against Rusty's lawyer.
Sure. Which I would imagine is the guy.
It's
I would
the guy.
like to ask. I would like to ask.
Wait, can I ask a
Go ahead.
question? I want to know, right? If Rusty hired those mercenaries on us,
That's what I was
that
about
is
to
something.
ask.
That is something that we can pin on him, right? That is specifically like him trying to kill another member of admin and trying to impede and halt the work of an admin audit group. Which,
I would
Sam,
like.
am I
to
wrong
ask-
in considering that would be something that would be frowned upon?
It would be frowned upon, yeah. Admin would just make an audit group. They're not about the PMCs.
Yeah.
So
Someone
that
does
would make-
reply that Rusty did not hire them.
Okay. I would like to ask if the corner store hired them, or a corner store member hired them.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to ask if Bucket hired, or sorry, not Bucket, Brisket hired them.
No.
It was Bucket all along.
Okay. I would like to ask if Bridget from Guilty Gear hired them.
The coin catches fire.
Oh no, your artifact exploded and you died.
Okay. Now those are the two easy options. If you guys want to think of like fucking galaxy brain plays, there are a few on the table. You guys do have both a mall rat and a greaser in the party, so you probably could get an audience with either one if you wanted to go one of those.
I mean, that would be very funny if we just say, fuck you guys both. Let's go fight robots.
Yeah, no, Hex was definitely thinking about trying to get back to the person, to her contact in the. I was gonna say copes, but that isn't right. What's the word? What's the area called again?
Hive?
No, this place,
Oh,
The
alcove.
alcove?
the alcove. Yes. So yeah, to her like Morat connection in the alcove, to like talk to him about this document, I guess. Would I happen to know if he actually has seen this document before?
He would have. Yes, the greaser leader who sent it wouldn't have gotten it back signed because again, she is dead.
Okay. So, I mean, Hex still is going to try and want to talk to that guy eventually.
I think we should probably try and keep the case open for a few more days. I think there's some stuff to do, and I don't mind. Well, I mind admin looking good for this a little bit, but
yeah,
I mind a lot Rusty getting away with it, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen.
I agree with that.
Caesar, your gang is involved here. How do you... What's your opinion?
Sorry,
You mean
my guy's involved?
Caesar, what's his name? Squeaker.
Squeaker?
Skeeter.
Oh,
Squeaker.
David's
Squeaker.
boy.
Squeaker. Squeezer.
Yeah, what's up?
Squeezer. Your gang is involved in all of this. I mean, I assume that you don't want your gang to go to war.
Well, I do not want my gang to go to war,
But
but they also got played. And we greasers don't take kindly to getting played.
yeah, that's fair. I do hate James Japes jokes.
So I'm partial to. I mean, I'm still high, I guess, from the bucket reefer that I just smoked.
It's
Right.
strong stuff, man.
Listen. I took a hit of fuck the system, and I'm all for it. I'm still
It
for
feels
it.
good.
It feels
so
good.
I would like to be very clear. Caesar has put both of the blunts in his mouth. He has lit neither of them.
He's eating them. He's
Caesar
just
looks
and
up,
then there's a
there's a-
chewing sound.
Like a horse eating hay.
No, he's He does
That's
not,
why they call him Caesar.
but he didn't want to be rude.
No, they actually call him Caesar because he's dressing.
He do got
Ooh.
that drip.
They call him Caesar because he's constantly eating salad.
All right, now enough. You guys have done enough stuff that it's gotten pretty late into the night. You haven't heard any gunfire for at least 30 seconds. This is probably the only opening you're going to get to go out and go get clues.
Well, we want to go to the garage. Is the garage a safe zone, actually?
For greasers,
Would
Well, we have a
be
greaser.
safe by extension?
it could be argued.
This seems like a poor idea.
Let's
I
go
think we
get
should just sleep so that we don't get the negatives of not sleeping.
I feel like Magpie should be
There's a power for that.
the power for that. It's actually an admin power specifically.
Did you take the power for that? It was called I was
No,
tired 3 hours ago.
No, I just because you never sent me the list of admin powers, so I don't know what's on the table to spend my
Fuck.
points on.
Shit, it cost 4 points if you want to say you spent it retroactively.
I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna spend 4 points to.
That said, that doesn't cover the rest of us, and we should probably sleep.
But on the plus side, it also means that Magpie can no longer be forcibly put to sleep, even by drugs.
That's pretty neat. What about paranormal?
It cannot be put to sleep against their will. Or you also don't get knocked out from having a head full of shock anymore.
That's actually really nice.
That's very nice. I am going to say then, Magpie could stay awake and do some research, or run some birds over to the gear edge.
You could
So they were
certainly
getting
drive
shot at.
some birds over there. If the bullets aren't going off, there might be a chance one can get through. Just send a flock out.
Yeah.
They can't hit all of them.
I think that's not true.
Sam, I'll spend a couple rounds and make 20 birds.
That's not a couple.
What time frame are we looking for?
What, back at the start of the garage where they break in, or break into the mall
I'm at-
tunnels, or?
Yeah, right. That was what we were looking for, guys.
Well, actually, what are we looking for? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great
Why,
question.
why do we give a shit about the garage?
Do we?
We wanted to figure out.
We need to talk with people there. They're going to be asleep right now.
Yeah, overall, generally, we want to be able to pin Rusty to a crime so that we can get him arrested because that bastard, right?
We're looking for just any crime.
Well, you know. I'm
I like
sorry.
a worse
Do we
one.
know any time that Rusty was at the garage?
Has Rust? I'm going to ask the coin if Rusty's been in that clown area that he's not allowed to be in.
Yes.
That no one's allowed to be in?
The answer is yes.
Well, we knew that because
Well-
that's where the ice cream trucks were.
Yes, but now we have like a coin confirmation. We could maybe send a magpie down there, and we could see if we can try and get a third piece of evidence.
Newsflash.
Well, newsflash, why would
Newsflash is going to work for that.
Listen. Okay, no, wait. Here's what we do. We just have to.
I got it.
We have to print a newspaper that says that he was there.
That's exact, Jay. I love you. In the same vein.
Okay.
a million
Quickly.
newspapers that say Rusty sucks shit?
Is fabricating a newspaper a crime?
Yes.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I don't want to get into the realm of charging someone for
Future
crimes.
future thought crimes. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah, that's a good point too. Who the hell? How? So we know that the Corner Store Coalition has the capability of creating a lot of those newspapers, but someone still had to do that, right?
Or
Yeah.
plan to with the means to realistically accomplish it within a nearby time frame.
Wait, plan to?
If they basically put in an order and a down payment for the papers, even if they're not printed, so long as they are predestined to be made, you can still cancel the order. Because remember, the newspapers are from the future. As long as our current present has it so that those papers are going to be printed, then they'll show up.
So that will have to exist somewhere. I think that's how we can nail him. Maybe. If we can get that confirmation that he did that, I guess.
Well, so the issue is we would have to wait until after they would fall, right?
Well, no, because...
So
what?
he would put in an order. None of you guys have worked with the Corner Store Coalition, so you don't know the ins and outs of paper printing. You don't know what the standards for that business are. You don't really have a way to narrow down the options for that. You know that he would have had to put in an order or make it so that that paper is going to be printed, but you don't know if he's like what he had to submit to do that. It's very possible he just had to put down a down payment with a fake name.
Yeah, that's true. Though that is the crime I feel like we probably could eventually get him for.
I mean, if we just get enough evidence that he was in the thing, like... If we get a magpie in there... Actually, that would put us being in there.
No, put the magpie being
We have a ton of
we
his.
were allowed in there, to be fair.
No, we super weren't.
We got no, but the lurkers let us in.
That's
let us
because we told
pass.
them there were clowns to shoot, and because I have a demon core.
Oh, right.
Yeah, what is that thing, anyways?
Mine.
Well, yeah. So what is it?
A battery.
And the lurkers think you're cool for having it?
Yes.
Insight check.
Tell you
No,
what,
I'm not checking.
You can roll. Magpie is able to roll either sense plus scrutiny or mind plus scrutiny.
I'll roll sense.
Hex believes Caesar.
Okay.
Magpie got 2 8s.
Okay. So.
What do I need to confirm or deny for Magpie?
That the lurkers think you're cool, I guess?
I'll say I haven't lied.
I just think that you're hiding something that maybe should be added on here.
If you don't have any specific questions, I can just throw you something like maybe.
My specific question is, what is that beyond just a battery?
Oh. So you're not too familiar with the technical side of things, but you know, you never really stopped to think about it because it's been a busy couple of days, really.
Sure has.
You think about it, not even admin has been able to repossess a demon core. Getting a demon core is a big fucking deal, and you just kind of glossed over that for the past couple of days. Like, lurkers have it's one of the few things the gangs will straight up deny admin. It's very unusual for admin to go, we need this. Very few gangs will straight up say no, but the lurkers have always firmly said no to giving admin demon cores, or anyone who's not a lurker a demon core.
How the fuck do you have that?
Well,
What does it do?
they needed me to recharge something, and I have to had to stop by there every few weeks to do it. So they gave it to me so they didn't have to make a second trip.
What?
Feel free to roll insight. That's not a lie.
Basically, Caesar had to do maintenance, and every time he had to go do it, he had to call a lurker to come up and do it. The lurkers said, "All right, here's a demon core. We don't have to keep doing this trip anymore. Goodbye."
Wow.
But that does say they trusted me with the demon core.
Can I touch it?
No.
Oh.
Hex just starts crying. How the fuck are you doing that?
Wait. Junkzilla is powered by nuclear, right, David?
Yes.
On a
So
demon core? Like the regular demon core. There's nothing special about it, it's just a demon core.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
David, the thing Caesar has on him, now that everyone's paying attention to it, it looks like a scaled down, glowier version of the thing that powers Junkzilla. Way more advanced, too.
Well, that's uncalled for.
Feel it.
I'm just saying, it's what it looks like.
Okay. I think if I recognize it like that, I'm just gonna like not pretend to not be impressed.
Oh, right. Anyways, we gotta arrest Rusty somehow, right? What are you doing for that?
Doing something?
So the crime we know that he did do is
Trespass on restricted ground, and potentially print false reports.
potentially print false reports. Yeah.
Or at least
I'm not
plan
sure.
to.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I feel like intent is pretty rough to get him for. We would basically
Yeah.
vet
He
him
will print false reports. That's what we get him for, right? He will do it.
Well,
literally, we would have to wait until they're supposed to be printed. And I guess, like, arguably, he can't be intending to pull that if it came up on Newsflash's thing, right?
You don't know enough about how our power works.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I have. Well, okay. So here's the thing. If we could get him, well, I feel like the thing is that is better for as a like compounding problem as opposed to an exact problem. If that makes sense. Like, it will just make him look worse because it's obvious that he had to do something to manipulate this other admin's power, right?
Yeah. It's also, how does he know so much about Newsflash's power?
Maybe.
Could be her friend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step in here. You know for a fact, Newsflash doesn't have friends.
Well, she has us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I haven't talked to Newsflash really.
Like, the only other people who would know about her would be like either human resources or someone with the clout to tell human resources to pull files.
I mean, is Magpie? How would I ask around to try and get how high up our boy is?
You'd have to ask human resources.
No. I'm gonna like hold up the coin. Like how high is this? How high he is?
I guess you say. What are the levels of admin? It's like
So
several
the
million.
bureaucracy is so obscure that it's like, imagine 6 different trees branching into each other. There's not like a single straight path. It's like 1,000 niche roles where each one outranks each other in like specific situations, and a hierarchy is like he outranks you in more specific niche situations. So like,
Basically, it's
sort of-
impossible to ask about in a decent time frame.
what you could do is ask All right. Does he
Does he outrank Magpie?
Newsflash?
Yeah.
Does he outrank the person who outranks Newsflash, and then keep going till it gets no?
I mean, I can start with outranking Newsflash. Actually, I'm going to ask if he outranks someone that could pull files on Newsflash.
Yes.
Okay. That probably tells me enough.
Yeah.
Is it and this is a question that would be indirectly through Jay towards Sam, is this a thing that would be a no-no in admin?
You don't get a solid response from the coin.
No. I was trying to ask, like, through Jay. Like, I'm trying to ask if that's a no-no, not through the coin. Like,
What is a no-no?
pulling files on people's powers and such.
And then using it against them, really.
Yeah.
I mean, probably, right?
If it's a precognitive whose power you might need to know the details of. If you made up of like a fake excuse, like tentative power screenings are a thing, but that would mean he's pretty high ranking. Like that puts him up there.
Gotcha.
Like that's a dude who can get people to do things.
Okay. How do we put this man here, right? We have Rust lying around, right? Could we pin that he attacked us?
Well, we do have. I mean, you said he shot a rocket at you?
Yeah. Then again, how can we tell? I guess.
He shot a rocket at you? You saw him do it.
Well, yeah, but this Rust, like, will admin take our, I guess, word for it over Rusty's?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They might take our powers, but
I mean, if you want to start the rule of three, you can ask the coin right now. Did he shoot a rocket at you?
I mean, we don't even need the rule of three. We got two people that saw it happen. We got
Fair
people
enough.
that got hit by the rocket.
Yeah, exactly. Get the third thing there. Two witnesses
Yeah,
and a
sure.
people.
I
Oh,
will
right.
ask the
Also,
coin if
I
Rusty
am a
shot a
camera.
rocket at them.
The answer's no.
motherfucker.
I'm just gonna play the
Is this-
video of
is this
him
a-
shooting a rocket at us.
Is this a guns don't kill people thing where I, like if I asked if I'm gonna ask if that lady shot. Oh wait, no, she's probably not within 1,000 yards.
No, go for it. Like, let me hear what you're thinking.
I'm trying to make sure this isn't like a who knows the rocket that shot thing. Like
Don't
the
kill
coin
people.
wouldn't work like that, right?
No matter how you phrase this question, the answer remains the same. Rusty did not shoot a rocket at Junkzilla.
Wait, okay, so that's a little strange. Does that mean Rusty also has in his employ someone who can interact with those kinds of abilities as well? Maybe he didn't even need to make those newspapers.
Either that or he hired somebody to shoot the rocket.
Did Big Red Button shoot a rocket at Junkzilla?
No.
Okay.
Did the person formerly
Yeah.
known as Bigger?
I want to point out there was basically no damage on Junkzilla. Or, no
Did
damage
Rusty?
Junkzilla.
Fuck! There's an illusion power. We know there's an illusion power.
Mm-hmm. If there's an illusion power,
Is
how come
Rusty hiring, or did someone make an illusion of a rocket to fire at Junkzilla?
Sure, I'll ask that question.
Yes. The answer's yes.
What? Wait, if it was an illusion, how come there's still rust on it?
Because there's rust.
The rust was not carried by the rocket. The rocket was just something else. Maybe he thought that we wouldn't think he was Rusty. We thought he thought we would just think he was a greaser with rust rocket. But it's not a rocket. It's a paranormal power. He's just doing it on his own.
Huh?
Okay. So Rusty, I think, is dressing up or trying to convince us that he was a greaser, right?
Mm-hmm. So the rocket.
And so I think that
I
he
follow.
shot a rocket at us to make us think he had a special rocket that was a rust rocket, but it wasn't the rocket that did it. It was his paranormal power, which is why it had nothing to do with the rocket. The rocket was just an illusion that somebody else Who fucking made the illusions, though? If Rusty made the illusions, we can get him for that.
Did Rusty make the illusion of the rocket?
Yes.
Okay.
How did he make the illusion of the rocket?
Is Rusty's
Is the-
power illusion power?
Yes.
Is the rust an illusion?
What do you mean by that?
Is the rust that surrounded Junkzilla an illusion?
No.
Like the rust that was produced during that confrontation.
No.
Do the illusions that Rusty creates leave real rust?
Yes.
Okay. So he used his power to negatively impact us because I have previous indication from the coin that the rust is harmful to us.
Okay, that makes a big issue of if his illusion is producing rust, then it's rusting the polychrome pillar.
Polychrome
Because-
does not rust, and the illusion
Okay.
was not consistent. What that paints is, it's a very fucked up situation. You've only encountered it once before. What it means is, at that present moment, on the timeline you are in, it means that at some point in the future, Rusty would find out where you sent out your magpies and created illusions at that point in time that
Okay.
showed a collapse. That
Okay.
may or may not be true anymore.
Can you send out magpies to just take a quick peek right out the window to see if the collapse happens when it's supposed to?
I will do that.
You do not see any evidence of a collapse.
We did it. We saved the city.
Wait. What? No, wait. So does that mean that he also, whatever his illusion did, also broke Caesar's power early on as well?
Our power can't see the future. It never confirmed that a collapse would happen. I could just identify which ones had been harvested from.
I thought you asked early on if this pillar was the one that was going to collapse.
No, it was if this pillar was the one that is being harvested from.
Yeah, I got 2 confirmations of pillars being harvested. I can't do the future. Past and present.
I can't do the present. And Newsflash can't do the past.
Okay. Cool. This doesn't help us pin them down, though, does it?
Well, we have
It gives you some
solid
good info on
evidence
what's item.
that, I mean, we got solid evidence that he attacked a audit group.
Okay. Now, on the revelation that, you know this guy has illusion powers, I am going to end the session here, unfortunately,
Okay,
because it is getting
sure.
late. So-
Before we end,
Yep.
could we say we sleep till morning?
Yes. If you guys want to.
Okay. Are we good with that? 'Cause
Yeah.
I sit there and stare out the window for the whole night.
You are allowed to make research rolls if you'd like to try and figure something out.
Is there any questions that you guys want me to research while you're asleep?
Can we do that between sessions?
Sure. If you'd like to.
Sure.
You want to play
Let's do
some
that between
Minecraft?
sessions.
I'm gonna poke. I'm gonna bother Magpie. You want to play Minecraft?
I was gonna do some research.
She's still just looking at you.
You see the Mojang logo appear on X's screen.
How does this work? Are you the mouse?
You see like a little desktop like flip out from her chest. It has a mouse and keyboard.
Hex, this feels too intimate.
He's now just playing Minecraft. Like
The
Hex
mouse
is
is
already.
moving on its own.
Wait. I thought
The
Hex.
keys are pressing.
I thought Hex didn't like being played.
Hey.
Not.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Shoot, Caesar.
Everyone gains an experience for showing up.
Yippee.
All right.
All right, I'm at enough. I can get my second point of heavy armor if I wanted to. Although
Okay.
that costs willpower.
So, who here stayed in character best this session, you guys think?
I'd say Jay.
Sorry, what was the question? I
Yes.
stepped up for a sec.
Why?
Who stayed in character best this session?
Definitely Jay.
You very clearly showed a dissonance between wanting to do the right thing and your loyalty to admin. In how you played tonight.
Oh, shucks. Thank you.
All right, that sounds like agreement. In that case, it would go to Magpie. Who was most useful tonight?
If Magpie was British, he would be Slag Pie.
I'm gonna
Hey,
say
can I change my vote?
Caesar, because we were able to confirm a lot of suspicions today
Yeah.
with the
We
power
had
of
to we had to just sort of rapid fire through a lot of questions to
Uh-huh.
confirm our suspicions.
All right.
Fine, I guess.
I can't argue with the fact that my coin is a very...
Or wait, okay, but also Hex did do all of our rolls.
In my defense, hey, I did one of them. I did do one of the rolls, which I succeeded on.
Okay, I'm changing my sorry. I didn't
I
forget
was-
that Hex was big braining this entire time.
I will also say, though, just in my defense, to argue for this point, I'm the one who made the revelation of Rusty being an admin member, not a greaser.
I will also vote for Caesar.
Yeah, no, I'm still gonna vote for Caesar. I'm just Hex did do all the. Actually, how about we say that revelation is the best moment, and we give Hex the dice roll.
That's
fine
fine.
I mean, I'm fine with
If
that.
everyone's cool with that? If everyone's
Yeah.
cool with that, then we're good.
Yippee.
All right. Any final thoughts or concerns or questions about this session?
We made a lot of progress this session. I feel like we made the most progress on the case specifically this session.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we realized what the case was.
I mean, it's once we figured out what questions to ask the coin.
No, it's more like it's also like once we figured out that we were just being lied to.
Yeah, that certainly helps.
There's a reason admin has lie as a trained skill.
Also, what happens with this game after we finish this mission? Are we just
We
done?
get a next mission.
Do we keep the same group?
That's
But we're-
entirely up to you guys.
Because like, I would like to keep playing Caesar. I'm enjoying this.
So,
I also haven't gotten an opportunity to upgrade any of my stuff. So I would like to keep playing Skeeter and just get weirder and wackier with this thing.
Oh, absolutely. So basically, do you guys want to peek behind the curtain there to hear what the options would be, or do you just want to deal with it when it comes?
Yeah, can we? So I would
We're-
like
we're
to
not
peek
prepared.
behind the curtain when the time comes, so we can see the options like later. After I don't want to
Yeah.
potentially be able to suss anything out from future options.
Okay. I will hold off then.
Yeah. Sam, do you have to go get ready for work?
Not immediately, but I was thinking about taking a nap.
Okay. Enjoy your nap.
Very valid.
All right. In that case, good job, everyone. That was you guys did good today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. I'll see you guys.
All right. Bye. Good night, everyone.
Oh God, this thing stopped. Why does it say it's only been recording an hour?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh wait, didn't a while ago you said you had an issue with it? Did you have to start and make a new recording from then?
Let's hope that's what happened. I would really hate for this to be the session that drops.
Yeah, this